Hey guys, so I wanted to give you progress on the cabinet. I spent a couple hours on this thing. It was pretty crazy. So this part, I haven't touched it at all. I need guidance about, how I should, what all this stuff is. But you can see, like, I tried to put this stuff together. So this part, actually, I don't know why this is over here. Yeah, I gotta ask questions about that. Um, so I tried to put some stuff together. And then I organized it over here. He had a bunch of shrink wrap over here. I mean, heat shrink. So I put them all over here, and then I put the containers over here. I have the zip tie over here, chain thingy majingy, and then I found a spool over there. All his camera equipment's over here. His audio stuff, audio cords over here. GoPro clamp stuff. You guys can see it, see? So, GoPro stuff. That's over there. And then look what I got. I got this little thing, so I put all his fans over here. Yeah. So, there is a craft store near us, and they have dumpsters, and they just throw a bunch of stuff out. So instead of spending money on organizers, I've just been taking stuff from there and then trying to organize it myself. So like these boxes were from here. This thing, someone was getting rid of it. That's from there. And yeah, and then this part, like I have to work on this part, but I actually tried to make this all together. All the little pieces. See all the little things over there? And then this part I need to work on. It looks a lot better, I think. Yeah, so you can see like this part, it was sticking together. It's a really strong magnet for whatever reason. So I'm trying to keep it away from the door, that way it doesn't stick to. See? Like that. See? Like this thing is so strong. So I want to put a piece of foam here, that way it doesn't connect over there. Yeah, so I am working on it. You can see I still have to work on this. I have ca- um, cable ties, cable organizers. That has to be done tomorrow. I know it looks like a total mess, but once I get cable organizers, it'll be much better. This thing, I put his controllers and his battery over here. And all his tools, I stacked it over here. His caulking all goes over here. And this part, someone was getting rid of it, so I put more tools over here. I put all his brakes over here. Brakes? Yeah, I think those are the brakes. Um, and this one's empty. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but you can kind of see, like, I've been trying to make progress over here, trying to keep everything together. Although I don't know what everything is, like, I know this is the disc pads, and this probably should go next to that. Yeah, so yeah, and yeah, this definitely looks better than it was yesterday, and having organizers really helps. Yeah, so that's what I like about that. And I just want to like cluster everything together. I feel like as long as I make segments, it will be much better. But you can kind of see the problem if you just start shoving things in here. Because see, like, I don't know what this stuff is. Like, I need to ask guidance. Like, what is this? And if this is a bike thing, then it goes over there. And then I'll just cable tie it. Yeah. So I figure, if I spend like 1 hour or like 3 hours a week on it, eventually, I'll get done with it. But it definitely looks more manageable than it did previously. Like these are the computer cable stuff. And this is just in a box right now because I don't have a designated box. But what I'm doing, as you can see, is I'm trying to segment everything. And as long as I segment everything together, like this thingy next to this thingy with this thingy, this, it becomes intuitive. That's my thinking about it. Like that way, if he grabs it, this stuff isn't mixed in with this one. Yeah, so it's just, it's pretty freaking tedious. But I think once you get something down and once you know exactly how you want to sort it, it becomes so much easier. It's just a pain in the ass organizing this stuff originally. Yeah. Yeah. Get Ziploc bags for small cables and small parts. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I was just thinking about getting cable ties and tying this thing up. I mean, it looks like a nightmare right now, but with my experience doing the cable management at home, if you guys remember that, like I swear, like after you guys taught me how to do certain things, like over under, I would find myself just like whenever I see a cable, I'd get triggered, and I'm like, okay, I need to get a cable tie and do this over under, or loop 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 loop. So almost every single cord at home that's loose all have cable ties on them, and it makes it so much easier. So this looks like absolute crap. This is just but I really do believe that, you know, give me cable ties, which I have at home, it'll be so much better. Yeah. Yeah. So, like this stuff, I don't know what this is, so I have to ask him, like, what is this? Once he tells me, like, this is something bike, then I'll put it over here. And then after I get the cable ties, then I ask him, okay, you know, should this all be in a box, or would you rather have them in two separate boxes? Or how should it be? But you see, like, even though it can be really overwhelming, you just kind of chunk at it. And then it's easier once you kind of get the segments down, like all the camera lenses are here versus like, this is like audio stuff. Yeah. Audio stuff. Yeah. Or at least it's in like in a vicinity, you know? So it might not be perfect, but it's definitely better before. And yeah, I'm happy about this. It looks better. And I really like having that organized from putting everything all together. Because some of these, as you remember from yesterday, some of this was like over here, and then that gray one was over there. But I want to keep everything all together. And once that is, it just kind of becomes so much easier and look a little bit more relaxing. Yeah, color-wise, maybe I could have made all the colors, but I didn't want to go out and buy boxes. I didn't want to buy boxes for this. Because I don't know how big some of this stuff is, right? It's just kind of going to be exact. And some of these boxes, like you see the cardboard ones, it would be like $6, $7, and then I would go kind of crazy. And then if it doesn't work out, then I got to return it. So, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I think I am done for today. I am just pooped. I am so tired. I want to get a new box for that because it looks like absolute crap. Yeah, that looks like absolute crap. So that box needs to go. But yeah, and then cable tie tomorrow. That'll look much better. And then yeah, but I figure like in a week, 2 weeks tops, I'll be done with this thing. Yeah, I got quite a bit done today. I'm really happy about it. So I will talk to you guys later. If you guys have any other suggestions, let me know. I know some of you guys said Ziploc bags for small cable and small parts. I could do that, but I just kind of wonder, like, if I put everything in a Ziploc, or like, what really should be in a Ziploc, or would it just be easier to grab? I don't know. But yeah, maybe the Ziploc thing definitely does make sense. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the shelf. No, I think that one is just too high because it looks like it should have been evenly spaced. See that? And then for whatever reason, he decided to make the bottom much bigger. Yeah, but I think that it's supposed to be, you know, like every 1 foot, let's say, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, and then that would be evenly spaced. I don't want to pull everything out. Right now, I really don't want to pull everything out. I rather just organize it, and then after I organize it, maybe if I want to do it one day, just pull it out. But yeah, pulling everything out and then reorganizing is just going to be overwhelming. But yeah, this is definitely the big one over here. It's a little too big because you can see this one is so small compared to that one. Yeah, so this would probably be, like, this one should probably be lower or something like that. Yeah, it's not evenly spaced. That's why it looks kind of wonky. But the good thing about that is when I'm looking at this, that means that if I had some kind of shelf organizer or some sort of, I can stack things on top of each other. Like if I get one of those Sterilite containers, you know, like this, you can get like the 2 lid ones, and then I can have a box that's just like box of this on top of another box. Yeah. And by the way, let me show you guys this. You see this box? So a store was throwing it out because it was missing, it's missing a hinge here. I don't know if you guys, oh, I have crap on it. Hold on. So it's missing one of the plastic hinges here. But I saw it and I was like, frick, I'll take it. Because I think it's a really useful box. And I'm not planning to hold it vertically. So there's a handle right here. Let me show you guys. So there's a handle right here, but I'm not planning to hold it vertically anyway. Because this is just going to be an organizational box. Look at the price of this freaking plastic box, you guys. Look at that. $30.99 just for a freaking plastic box. I don't know if I'm just being really cheap. But I thought, really? $30.99 for a box with a handle? And it's plastic? Yeah. It didn't have... It has dividers in here too, but when I saw it, I didn't see any dividers. Yeah, but I just thought that's crazy. So this was the first one that I came across. After I saw this, I was like, I do not want to spend any money on organizers because this is going to be like a $200 project if I go to one of these like New York City craft stores of sorts and I try to find the matching boxes, and next thing you know, it's just, yeah, it's going to be a very sizable amount of plastic, when instead I can just save this from the landfill, because if I don't take this, it would just go straight to the landfill instead. So I rather rescue the boxes, give them an actual a life inside of a cabinet where they can be used. And aesthetics, well, I don't really care too much about aesthetics. Yeah, look at this. You don't believe me? Look at that. $30.99. See that? $30.99 for this box. It's not that big, see it? Yeah. So I'm just salvaging boxes and yeah. Oh, and let me show you guys this. Crap, I have a box over here. Was this it? Okay, look at this. So the store that's near us, they actually, I showed it to you guys on stream. They actually are so, I don't, capitalistic that if even though this was new in plastic, listen to this, they pay an employee to damage this stuff. So this one, I don't know if you guys can see it, even though it's new in plastic, they ripped the freaking back up. See that? So they're thinking, okay, yeah, if you want to just salvage this out from our dumpsters because we can't sell it, then we're gonna intentionally damage it. Yeah, so it works for me because I figure, you know, we're not gonna be pulling this thing out. It's just kind of a placeholder of sorts. Yeah, it's sad. I think it's freaking terrible. That they do that, and yeah, but I'm trying to recycle, reuse, reduce, recycle, and it's just a smorgasbord. Yesterday I found 2 of these boxes. The other one isn't ripped out like that. Today I found this. Wait, no, yesterday I found this one, and the other one, and that I found that too. And today I found this, and I found that. Yeah. So New York City has a whole bunch of organizers and boxes. It does look mismatched, but I can't complain about it. Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's how they really get you. Like, you would think that organizers should be kind of cheap, but it adds up really freaking quickly. Like, I know this would most likely be about $6-7, and then if I bought 6 of them, right? Tick, 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 tick. It wouldn't even be perfect because you can see some things are bigger than this. So that's why I didn't want to go to the store and just buy a whole bunch of boxes, fill it in, and then find out, hey, you know, I should use a smaller box for this rather than a size like that. And that's just multiple stores, multiple trips back and forth to one store. So I'm just using what is lying around, and if I want to change it up in the future and spend money on a matching one, that I can, but you know me, I'm not 95% sure I'm never ever going to do that. And there's a charm to it too. You can see that it's a process, and it's a work, it's a, how can I say this? It is in progress, yeah. Yeah, booksellers rip the covers off. Oh, and that reminds me. So, we were staying late today, so, we're not going to go to a community fridge. But yesterday, I thought, okay, you know, let me see if I can make a trip to a community fridge, later. Um, I thought we could maybe go to the community fridge. So I was looking at some trash bags for food, prepackaged food to distribute out. And there is a place about 2 blocks away from the store that I had purchased sandwiches for Lewis and myself, right? I look at the trash bags because I think, okay, maybe they have prepackaged stuff that I can distribute to people. What they had done is they had taken all their prepackaged food and they opened the container one by one and they dumped it out. And I thought it was so incredibly wasteful because you know the stuff that's in the refrigerator, let's say salads or pastas, things that people can, just grab and go. Because they dumped it out, nobody can use it. Nobody can eat it. If there's a homeless person around and they want to go through their bags, it's going to be futile because it's just a mishmash of stuff. And I was so disgusted about what I saw inside of the bag because I told Lewis, I said, I never ever want to buy a sandwich from there ever again because I think it's really, sad that they're going out of their way to prevent people from taking food even though they have no use for it. Yeah. And there is a number of homeless people around New York City. You see people, they're asking for money. Some people, they say, they're hungry. And I'm sure people go through trash bags. Even when I walked around today, and when I was coming to the store, I noticed that a lot of the trash bags had holes in them. And that means that someone had ripped them open. Now, when you're going through trash bags to grab stuff, proper etiquette is undo the ties, grab the stuff that you want, and then retie it back. You don't want to poke a hole through it or rip a huge hole in it, since when the trash man has to pick it up, right, all the stuff is going to fall out. And it it doesn't have I don't have a good feeling when I see people just lazily rip open a huge hole in the bag to grab stuff out. A lot of the stuff you see it's just like residential trash that people are just rummaging through. And yeah, it's disrespectful. And that is, if people continue to do that and just like rip huge holes through trash bags, then that's going to cause businesses to say, hey, let me, I'm not going to put out the trash until later. Or some stores, from what I've heard from other dumpster divers, they have like a small little window. So for instance, let's say they put out the trash at 9 p.m. and then 10:30 the dump truck comes in. And they do it because they don't want people going through the stuff. And I completely understand. Yeah. And New York doesn't have locked dumpsters. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with some of the places within walkable distance from here. I know that other chains, like people were telling me about CVS and Dwayne Reed having so much like packaged cookies, packaged this, but I don't know if I really want to grab that for the community fridge because it's like you see so much packaged stuff. I really want to get them like salads or pasta dishes or I like even the pastries. I'm kind of like I could go out and grab some right now, but I'm like, oh frick, I don't want to grab more pastries. I want to actually drop off real food to people. Not this. I know this is gonna sound terrible, but not this like lazy grabbing food where I just grab pastries and I know every single day certain places are just dumping prepackaged stuff. Yeah, I want to actually provide something nutritious or drop something off nutritiously. Yeah, but it's tough to find because when you have places that go out of their way to just dump the food out from the prepackaged containers, it's it it just makes me think, okay, yeah, if if you can't sell it, then you're gonna pay an employee to destroy it completely, so nobody can eat it. That's just a waste of resources. It's waste for the earth because that means definitely no one's gonna eat it. Waste for any animals that passed away, and yeah, just a huge amount of waste. Yeah, and I don't like that. I really do believe in, um, I really do believe that if possible, and if possible, food food waste should be distributed through better logistics. it's tough because I mentioned previously in one of my streams that we have an organization called City Harvest that does pick up stuff, but they won't pick up everything. You know, there's so many bagel places around, so many Dunkin' Donuts. They don't need 200 pounds of bagels every day from all the bagel places. So, and there's a lot of bread, a lot of bagels, a lot of donuts that this organization picks up. Whatever is left over, right? Whatever they don't pick up, the bagel places just throw it away. I had done a stream previously where I walked by a bagel place and someone ripped a hole in the bag just to take a bagel. And I don't think it was a good bagel because they just took like 2 bites and threw the bagel out. Yeah. So, yeah. But I do hope that somehow logistically things change. I have heard that in the future, coming up in the next few months, there might be, or there is a real possibility of there being food shortages out there, you know, especially with the wave of the you-know-what coming up. And that kind of worries me. I've been stocking up more on canned goods at home. I'm thinking about buying a chest freezer, having it at home, because one of the things that's really tough is when I have to buy like those frozen vegan foods, frozen vegan, frozen vegetarian foods. The supermarkets only carry maybe about 5 or 6 at a time. That's it. And I don't know why they are so lean on this stuff, but it's not unusual for me to just buy, you know, 6 of them and then I don't see any more for the next week or more, or worse, right? I buy 5 of them to put them inside the freezer because that'll last maybe like a week. And when I come back, it's like I never see that product again. And it kind of saddens me. But yeah, so if there is a food shortage, it's on my mind that I need to stock up for Lewis's food, since it's hard for me to stock up on his food right now since there's not too much of it. Certain ones out there, like certain flavors, certain brands. It's just, yeah. Yeah, so Anja brings up a really good point. If one of the items failed the test, the whole box is trashed and the trash is locked. Yeah, that's really sad. That's what they do for at CVS too. I've never seen the CVS trash. That is really one of those high value kind of thing. Like a lot of people are looking out for that trash. I'm not, you know, I'm just kind of wandering around looking for prepackaged, nutritious food, hopefully. Not going in front of the Dwayne Reeds and the CVS's, but I have heard that if the packaging is damaged for, let's say, a box of forks, right? Let's say the packaging has like a little dent in it. They're just gonna throw it away. If coffee has a dent in it from Trader Joe's, they're just gonna donate the coffee, and it's they don't want to discount it. They rather just either donate it or discard it because they feel like if they discount it, it's going to prevent them from selling things at full price, or maybe they don't want to spend the energy or the staff resources on, you know, making like 25% off for this coffee that has a dent in it. And these retailers believe that consumers do not want to buy anything that's not in a perfect packaging. If it's not perfect, then they're just going to pull it from the shelves and just most likely toss it in a trash bag. Really, really sickening about how much waste goes on. And some retailers, let's say they have, let's say like chips are nearing their best buy date, you know, the quality. A lot of the expiration dates you see on food products, that doesn't have anything to do with safety. That has to do with flavor. So if you buy, like, let's say a pie, right? And it says best buy 2 days from now. That doesn't mean in 3 days it's going to be poisonous. What they're saying is that in 2 days it might not be as crispy as it was when you first bought it. And some people, when they see that Best Buy date coming up, they're like, oh crap, I gotta throw away the pie because, you know, it expired yesterday, you know, and it's that contributes to so much of the food waste. 40% of the food in the U.S. gets discarded, and that is a lot of stuff, you know, and a lot of it doesn't even reach the consumer because the farmers or the companies, they're, before it even hits the shelves, they're like, hey, this apple has a bruise on it, okay, we can't sell it, we gotta chuck it. Yeah, yeah. So I really try to see what I can, you know, rescue and then drop off to other people. And the things that I do drop off to them, I'm to the community fridges. They do have a free store. I'm so surprised how quickly this stuff goes. It's, I kind of think like if everyone was doing what I did, like, man, those dumpsters would be completely empty. And I have seen some of the dumpsters. If I go maybe towards midnight, it's almost empty because all these people who actually do have cars, and maybe they're distributing it, maybe they're reselling. I don't know what they're doing. They just scoop in and just take a whole bunch of freaking stuff. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the same thing that someone had yeah, so like chips, for instance, if they have, like, you know, those little bags of chips or protein bars, I've heard that some retailers, they'll actually destroy every single bag. So you cannot eat like a small bag of chips. They'll open the bag and dump the chips all in a bag. And yeah, for certain companies that I heard have been doing this, like as a consumer, I don't want to support those companies at all. I heard American Greeting is notorious for that as well. You know, the greeting cards. Let's say if they can't sell a bunch of Valentine thing, they'll actually send an employee over to the stores. Yeah, an American Greeting employee to physically slash every single gift bag, wrapping paper, merchandise, with or rip off the covers of a greeting card because they feel like they want to protect their brand, and they don't want anyone digging through the dumpster to get a Valentine's Day gift bag for free, even though, you know, it passed Valentine's Day and the demand would be so low. Yeah, so when I heard about what was going on with that, I said, frickin', I will never ever buy an American Greeting product ever again in my life unless they change their ways, because it's just, it contributes to so much waste in the landfill.
You should go to them and be mostly peaceful, Erica.
Huh?
You should go over to their store and be mostly peaceful.
Well, no, it's, oh, well, I am mostly peaceful. I choose not to purchase their items. Just like that sandwich place, like I was buying sandwiches
Okay, no,
for.
that's being peaceful. I said be mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not going to name the name of the sandwich place, but I do think that if a company doesn't have a use for it, just put it in the dumpster, allow other people to take it. If I remember correctly, like, it, as long as it's, I can't say for other states, but I know in New York, if you're grabbing something from the sidewalk or the dumpster and it's if the dumpster is on the sidewalk and it's unlocked, then it's completely fine to take. Or if it's in a trash bag on the sidewalk, it's completely fine to take. But you don't want to, you know, break into a gate or jump over a fence to get to the dumpster like that. No, you know, that would be considered trespassing. That's why I see so many people who are freegans or dumpster divers. I've come across people when I go up to them and I say, hey, you know, did you find anything good? You know, they'll tell me it, and they'll tell me that, and they're getting things for the community fridge near them, and it's really nice. Dumpster divers, from what I see, they, a good chunk of them tend to be very, very guarded about the locations that they pick things up. I don't know if you guys saw Lewis's community page, but he said that about the food waste that he saw from this one Instagrammer, Let's Reduce Food Waste NYC. I actually bumped into her. I think it was the first time I was looking for prepackaged food for the community fridge, and she was so friendly, so nice. Unlike a lot of dumpster divers, she actually shares where she goes to, and she's very open about it. She actually posts, like, hey, come down over here at this location, there's a bunch of cereal and you guys can take. And yeah, it's really nice, and she gives it to families who could use the food. And yeah, I wish her the best. She's awesome. She's really awesome. I wouldn't have found certain locations had it not been for her Instagram. Yeah. Yeah. So, but for me, like I don't do that kind of thing because, well, when I look at this stuff, it's kind of obvious. Like, okay, yeah, just go to a bakery.
Erica's Instagram is mostly pictures of her butt.
I don't have any Instagram. Actually, well, I do have an Instagram. I do have an Instagram, but I don't post anything. I don't have any pictures of myself. I'm a total lurker. I'm a total lurker. No, I'm a 100% lurker. 100% lurker. Yeah. If people wanted to prevent things from getting returned to the stores, all they would have to do is just put a big freaking X on the front of the box. You don't have to destroy it. If you had put a big X on the item itself, then that kind of signifies, or on the barcode, that would show that, hey, this was not a return. This was not purchased from the store earlier. This is actually a something that was disposed of.
I'm gonna eat a little, and then I'm gonna help you clean, and then we can go. What do you say?
Yeah, sure.
Really late.
No, Anja, in New York, once it hits the sidewalk, it's considered public property. So that's why there's so many dumpster divers in New York, so many freegans. New York City is really the freegan capital of the world. What?
You see where I put my lunch?
Oh yeah, I took it.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Why?
there's no food in there.
Hungry.
There's no food in there.
Oh, only one meal?
Yeah, I only give you one meal. What?
Hungry.
Yeah, I think I only give you one meal. Well, yeah, well, what do you want me to do? I don't have any food on me right now. You just told me like 1 minute ago you're hungry. What? And it's hard because it's like I don't know where we could get food at 11:50 at night. Yeah, I don't have any food on me. I didn't.
Right. Well,
what? We could just go home and eat, huh?
Yeah. I gotta get something to eat. I'm hungry.
Yeah. Lewis has this thing, it's like he doesn't tell me when he's hungry, it's just when he's hungry he wants food right away. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have food on me 24/7, especially if I'm out,
Clinton the cat goes.
Yeah, but I have Clinton's cat food right next to the food bowl all the time. It's not like, you go up to me and you tell me you're hungry and I could just produce food out of thin air.
Where's my food bowl?
Huh?
Food bowl.
Oh, you could have ordered food. I packed you food earlier. I just didn't expect to stay here until midnight. I thought we were only gonna stay here for a couple
I'm being a moron. For some reason I thought there were 2 lunches in that bag. What a dumbass.
I thought we were gonna come home earlier. That's why. So yeah. I didn't pack 2 lunches.
That's stupid. Very stupid.
Yeah. Anyway.
Come with Coke?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. You guys gonna see the update about this, and yeah. I will see you. Take care.